Morning comes around, hit snooze once or twice, three times, four times, and you finally get out of bed with no energy, even though you just spent like 7, 8, 9 hours sleeping. Somehow you have no energy, and you're dreading the day before it even starts. You're not happy with the money you make. You're not happy with your job, your living situation. You feel stuck, right? But this is not a new feeling. You felt it for years. If that's you, this video is made for you. I'm going to show you how to unstuck yourself. Not only unstuck yourself, but quantum leap and glitch the matrix. Okay. In this video, I'm going to show you how to quantum leap through goal setting. That is step number one to getting out of the reality you're in now. You have to have a goal and a direction. Okay. In order to make more money, achieve big things, live a life of fulfillment, we have to know where we're going. We have to have direction. When you go to the airport, you have a specific destination you're going to, your ticket, right? If you go there and you say, take me anywhere, I don't care where I go, send me on the next flight out, I just want out of here. You might land in a third world country, even though you want to go to Italy and experience the culture and have nice food and stuff like that, right? Or okay, so most people are stuck because they have no direction, they have no goals, or they set the wrong goals. This video, I'm going to show you how to set the right goal, give you the right direction so that you make more money than you knew you could. You wake up in the morning without an alarm clock, excited to take on the day instead of dreading it, and use this one spin at life with fulfillment and live with passion. Okay? In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until we ultimately become enslaved by it. And now that is most people just going through the motions of life with no direction. Think of the average person working a job that they hate. Their life is the definition of mediocrity, but still they don't make any change. When I go to the gym, 99% of people aren't even sweating. They're just like zombies. They're just there. They got 5-minute rest timers. They have the same physique they had a year ago and 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Steve Jobs said that for 33 years, every morning when I woke up and I looked myself in the mirror, I asked myself, if today were my last day on earth, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And if the answer was no too many days in a row, I knew I needed to make a change. Guys, he said days. How many of you has that answer been no for years? Okay, so real goals are vital to success. A person without goals is lost, has no direction. But when we set a goal, it has to be the right goal. A New Year's resolution is not a goal. Goals aren't something you go after because it's the new year, right? Don't be the new year, new me guy. Those are NPCs who never make real progress. Because 1% of the population earn 90%, 96% of all the money. And then the rest, the 98%, share the remaining 4%. Even though new money is printed every single day and there's plenty of money for everybody. Successful people don't get rich magically. Successful people don't get rich magically. It wasn't by accident. It wasn't luck. I'm going to show you how the top 1% of earners become that way, how they see success and make the money. And it's actually not complicated. It's super simple, but don't get simple confused with easy. But these people have a goal. They have a direction, right? Our subconscious mind responds to specifics. So I'm going to show you how to build the goal in a second, but it has to be specific. When I was in sales and I would ask prospects, hey, what is it that you want? And they're like, I want to make more money. I was like, how much more money? And I don't know. I looked at them like they were on the spectrum, right? Like I could Venmo you $1 right now. Are you gonna be happy with that? Absolutely not. So how much money do you want? Be specific. Everything you want already exists. If you can see it, it already exists. It's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, right? Energy is not created or destroyed. It already exists, and thought is energy. So what's stopping you from making more money? Well, the economy is bad, my market is saturated, and my industry just doesn't pay that much. Get that toxic thinking out of your head. The only thing stopping you from making more money is the way that you think that is it. How do you view money? What beliefs were instilled upon you when you were a kid? Right? Were you told that money's the root of all evil? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to earn. We're surrounded by people who have limiting beliefs as kids, and those are our beliefs now today as adults. I know some people who are flat broke, who have done some really terrible things. and people with money who do beautiful things, and vice versa, right? Rich people who are terrible people, and poor people who are just absolutely wonderful. Money's not the root of all evil, right? Money amplifies who you are. When I started earning money, well, even before actually, when I couldn't really afford it, I would give money to homeless people to help them out, yes, but also to put myself on the frequency of abundance, right? So when you make more money, you're going to be a better person. It's not selfish to be rich. Money's a tool. That's it. And it's 100% your responsibility to put yourself in a position to live free for yourself and maximize this one spin we get at life, but also for those that you love most. If you are not able to financially provide for the people that you love, that is on you. When someone you care about gets sick and gets hit with a huge medical bill, are they going to be out of luck? Or are you able to step up and be that provider that dictates if they get proper help or not? The more money you make, the more impact you can make on your community, those that you love, give to schools, give to charities, your family, give them gifts. That's not evil, guys. Money's like electricity. It could be used for good or bad. You can use electricity to cook up a fantastic meal. And there's others that use electricity for, like the chair, right? You know what I mean? So these beliefs that money is bad or it's hard to earn, they're not real. They're not real. But if you believe it, it's going to manifest into your existence. I would give anything for you to understand that your outer world is a mirror to your beliefs and what you hold inside. It's as simple as that. Change your inside, your outer world will change. Most people live from the outside. They let outside circumstances dictate how they think, feel, and act, and then it manifests more into their life. You want to get rich, but you check your bank account and you stress because it's low. That stress is manifesting more lack into your world. You're living from the outside in. But if you think earning money is hard, I guarantee it will be. You think earning money is easy, I guarantee it will be. You think you can run a marathon, you can run a dang marathon. Okay? But it has everything to do with your thinking. Growing up, I didn't have self-belief and I didn't think much of myself, right? And it showed. I never had money. I was depressed. I had low self-confidence. I wanted to earn money and I was ambitious, but I was stuck on survival mode 24/7. I read about probably 100 books on personal development. I watched all the videos and nothing changed until I started to implement this information that I'm about to show you. See, I thought learning and taking in information was going to be the needle mover, but it's not. Information is not the needle mover. It's what you do with the information. You have to implement on what I'm going to teach you. So I'm going to give you action steps at the end of the video. Make sure you actually do them. That's where you're going to see the change. When I started in sales, I was given my first sales job. I was given a cubicle. That's it. No leads. I had to use my own personal computer, my personal phone. They didn't even give that to me. And I was responsible for everything from finding new business to setting up Zoom calls and closing the deals. That was my first sales job. I didn't let the outside world dictate my results. I told myself I was elite, and I acted that way. And I told myself I was going to do whatever it took to succeed. I had no clue what I was doing, but I just took it one day at a time. And everything came together as I started taking action. You cannot connect the dots looking back or looking forwards. You can only connect them looking backwards. I became so good that my boss asked me to coach the others on the team, and then I got a percentage of what they sold too. I went from making $2,000 a month to making that in a sales call that would take 20 minutes. That's quantum leaping, right? And it all starts with how you think and a goal and a direction. I'm not bragging or boasting. I'm sharing with you to give you a bit of inspiration, because if I can do it, I genuinely believe that anybody can do it. It's not about how smart you are, right? If you're dumb as bricks, yes, it's going to be a bit more challenging, but it does not mean you're not capable. But it has nothing to do with your intelligence, your IQ, what you look like, where you come from, none of that. Your internal world will shape your outer world. And your goal needs to be big and scary. You should not know how to achieve your goal when you set it. But don't worry, right? Don't worry. You don't need to know how to achieve the goal when you set it. Success is not a secret or luck. It's just the system that I'm going to teach you. And if you follow the system, success will always follow. The system that I'm going to teach you, it's based off universal law. It works without fail. But you have to change what's going on inside of you, right? Your outer world is a mirror showing you what's going on inside. The world gives you what you believe you are. So you need to change your identity and the way you believe about yourself. You need to know where you're going or you'll never get there. Now, before I show you how to set the right goal, understand that the purpose of a goal is not the outcome. It's growth. Jim Rohn said, set a goal to become a millionaire for who it will make of you. The journey to the goal, guys, it's more enjoyable than actually like reaching it. It's not about a car or the penthouse. It's about changing who you are to someone the 12-year-old version of yourself would look up to and be proud of. Someone you can look yourself in the mirror today and say, I am genuinely proud of you. It's about growth, guys. It's not about a car, a watch. It's not about that. It's about becoming the person who's capable of achieving it. Okay, here I want you to get out a piece of paper. We're going to dive into, there's three different types of goals, A, B, and C. So get out a piece of paper, take some notes here. I'm going to give you the three types of goals and then how to set a proper goal and then action steps on how to make your goal come into fruition. Okay, so A type goal is something you already know how to do. There's no growth in this. This is not a real goal. An example would be like you have a BMW, right? You have a Beamer. A type goal is you want the new model. You already know how to get a BMW. You've known how to do it for years. That's not a goal, okay? B type goal is something you think you can do. Okay, if I work a bit harder, I practice my sales script a bit more, if I take a few more calls, I put out a few more ads for the business, I set up a new marketing campaign, I think I can do it. That's a B type goal. There's no inspiration in that, and that's why most people fail. They set a B type goal, they start, there's no inspiration, there's no passion in it, and they quit when they face adversity. He who has a strong enough why can bear anyhow. There's no strong why in B type goals. C type goal. These are the goals I'm going to teach you how to set. This is what you actually want. What you actually desire. It's the thing you're scared to say out loud. The thing you're scared to tell other people because it seems like a pipe dream, but it's what you actually want. The new career you wanted to join, but you haven't because you don't have any knowledge in it. You've never done it before. You don't know about the industry. It's the business you've wanted to start since you were a kid, but you've never started it because you don't have the resources or the knowledge. What's the thing that if you did it, you would be fulfilled? If you had all the resources and all the knowledge in the world, what would you go after? That's the C type goal. Guys, we're trading our lives for the goal, so make it big, make it worth it. If you know how to reach the goal, it is the wrong goal. I promise you it's not the right goal. It won't do what a goal is designed to do, which is force growth. Again, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. You just have to have belief and faith that the dots will connect as you go. So don't worry about the how. Don't focus on lack of resources, lack of knowledge. Just focus on what you want, be real with yourself, and make the decision. And remember, we have to be specific with our goals, right? So what do you want your life to look like? How much on a monthly basis do you really need to earn to live the life that you want? And don't tell me you don't know, because you can go to ChatGPT and map this out in a few minutes. Okay, the reason you're not earning the amount of money you want is because you haven't believed that you could. But the questions you need to ask yourself when you're setting a goal is, am I able to do it? And then to answer that, we have two reference points, science and theology. Go ask the wisest people throughout history, what are human beings capable of? They literally cannot tell you. We have infinite potential. Do you know what infinite means? There's no end to it. Nobody knows what humans are capable of achieving. The first guy who ran a 4-minute mile, everybody said that's physically impossible. Humans aren't capable of doing it. And then he did it. And then within a month, 1,000 other people do it because now they believe that they could do it. So the answer is yes, you are 100% able to do anything you can see in your mind. You may not know how, but yes, you are fully capable and you are fully able. Second question you have to ask is, are you willing? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to reach your goal? Think of a baby. Babies have C-type goals, right? At a certain age, their C-type goal is to walk. It's not going to be an A-type because they don't know how to walk. It's not B-type because it doesn't think it can walk. The baby just sees everybody else walking and it's like, that's really cool. I want to do that. And the baby doesn't need to be told it's able to walk. They just know, right? The baby sees other people walking and says, I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that. I want to do that. And then they try it and they hit their head and they fall over and over. But then the baby never stays down, right? The baby gets back up and they try and they try and they try again until the baby can walk. They keep trying. The baby is willing to do whatever it takes to reach the goal. Your goal has to be big, guys. It has to cause you to get out of bed without an alarm because you're excited. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes and have persistence. If you're a business owner, you sell a product or service that's worth 10 grand, you need 10 sales calls a month to earn 100 grand a month. If you were told no by 90 people in order to get the 10 yeses, would you do it? What if those 90 no's were all in a row? 90 no's in a row. Would you continue to get the next 10 yeses? Winston Churchill said, success is being able to go from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. When you face failure, what happens to your enthusiasm? Does it dip? Does it go down? What happens to your self-belief? Do you question yourself? Do you doubt yourself? Think and Grow Rich probably 50 times. And if I had to summarize it, it's just this. You become what you think about and get emotionally involved with. We'll dive into that into the next video. So subscribe so you don't miss that. But you become what you think about and get emotionally involved with and you're persistent about. Persistence is crucial to success. It's one of the key ingredients, right? So use your imagination to see what you want and persist no matter what in achieving it. And the reason I say like you can literally achieve anything you can see in your mind is because we think in images first and foremost. And thought is energy. And energy is not created or destroyed, or it's already here. So when you're just interested in something, you're going to quit when it gets inconvenient, when it gets hard, right? When we're committed and passionate about something, there's no excuse in the world that's going to stop us from persisting and getting the result if the passion is big enough, right? That's why it's so important that you go after the right goal. The goal has to be the right thing. So when you set your goal, it can't be something like don't set a goal for somebody else. Don't live your life for somebody else. It's not something somebody else wants you to do or achieve. You have to be true to yourself. What do you really want? And you need to be like in love with the goal and become one with it to attract it to you because you're literally trading your life for it. So make it worthwhile. Being interested in building your dream life and being committed to building your dream life are two entirely separate things. And they are worlds apart. But it all starts with a decision. So make the decision that no matter what, how scary it is, how much pain you go through, self-doubt, worry, or fear, the goal doesn't change. The goalposts don't move. You are committed. You're committed no matter what. And if you can do that, fully commit and persist, you can have, or anything you want. But information alone is not going to change your results. It's implementation of the knowledge, implementation on what you know. Okay? Education is not teaching someone something they don't know. It's teaching them to act in a way in which they don't act. That's education. That's knowledge. When you go to take your driver's test, you go to class and you read the textbook and you learn everything about the road, the rules of the road and the car, but you don't know how to drive until you get behind that driver's wheel and you start driving. Okay, so implementation, implementation, implementation. Again, I'm going to give you action steps. Make sure you do them. Okay, if you want results, do the action steps. How many books have you read? How many videos have you watched? Yet nothing changed. Do the action steps. It has nothing to do with what you know. It's about what you do with what you know that makes a difference. The action steps are essential, okay? So, action step number 1, stop doom scrolling, turn off Netflix for a little bit, turn off distractions, and just sit with yourself in silence. That's going to allow your imagination to start coming into play. We silence imagination by doom scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, watching TV. Like everything is begging for your attention. We're constantly distracted. There's no room for your imagination to come in and there's no room for your imagination to come in because we're always distracting ourselves and we're always getting that quick dopamine fix. So silence the noise, let your inner self talk, let your imagination run. Okay, write out your C type goal, make it vivid, spare no detail. What do you actually want? Now write it out in detail, what you actually want. And then map out the person, the character traits, the person who's capable of achieving it. And then write out your current beliefs that are blocking you. What are your current beliefs that are different from that guy who can achieve the thing that you want? What's the difference? Okay, now write the C type goal from your notebook. Okay, first write it in the notebook, map it out, and then take the C type goal on it and write it on an index card in the present tense. So each goal starts with I am so happy now that. I am so happy now that I'm earning 100K per month. I'm so happy now that money flows to me on a continuous basis and increase in quantity. Okay, laminate the card. I use I just use tape. It works perfectly fine. Laminate the card. You're gonna put this in your pocket every single place you go. You're gonna carry it with you 24/7. Okay. In the morning, you're gonna take the card. You're gonna put it next to you. You're gonna take out your notebook, and you're gonna rewrite it in your notebook. And then after you're done writing, you're gonna visualize it. Visualize it in the now. Be that guy now. And then you're going to do the same thing before you go to bed. You're going to carry the card in your pocket everywhere you go, and you're going to read it as often as you can. I mean, literally 50 times or more per day. I promise you, if you do this, your life will change very, very quick. And the reason is because we become what we think about. So if we're always thinking about psychologically, if we're in a place of the good we desire, it will manifest into the physical world. It's the law of equal and opposite. Everything has an opposite. When you hold it in your mind psychologically, it will manifest into the physical form. Okay, you're a spiritual being living in a physical body. I want you to understand that. We are far more spiritual than we are physical. Wherever you are psychologically, again, your body will end up there physically. So if psychologically you've reached your goal, right? That's why we start everything with I am. It's present tense. You've reached it psychological. If you live there, you're going to physically move there. It's universal law, guys. Spirit always manifests through its opposite, which is the physical form, right? Here's another thing, speed of action. There's no I'm doing it tomorrow. Doing it tomorrow, procrastination is the death of your dreams that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, tomorrow's not promised. Maximize every single day. Procrastination is your old self that doesn't get the results that we want, trying to sabotage you and stay in the comfort zone. The brain is designed to take the path of least resistance. That's what kept us alive as cavemen. We do not need that anymore. That it will destroy your ability to achieve your goals. Okay, so right after this video, you are doing this, or you're doing it as you're following along. Okay, but that procrastination, I'll do it tomorrow, I'm tired, that dies off now. No more doing tomorrow what we can do today. Cool. If you got value from this, subscribe, because I'm going to be posting videos about quantum leaping consistently. This video really only scratches the surface. Okay, and this is not your beliefs, how you think about yourself, how you view yourself. It was instilled into you through repetition from years and years and years. Okay, one video is not going to change that. Okay, so make sure you're consistently consuming this content or my content or personal development content. And if you're serious about change, you can join my school as well. It's completely free for the first 5 members. I just started it. You can join the wait list. And I host weekly coaching calls. Okay. And each new member gets a free one-on-one where I will personally uncover every single limiting belief you have and show it to you and teach you how to reframe it into the belief you're going to need to become the person you want to achieve what you want, whether that's wealth, health, or relationships. Okay, I will teach you exactly how I 10x my income in 8 weeks and became the top sales rep in a Fortune 500 company and every other company I went to. Okay, through law of attraction. Okay, but don't apply if you're lazy or you're kind of wishy-washy about making change. Don't mean to be harsh or anything, but I only want to work with people who are serious about change. Okay, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone. So you can't be wishy-washy. But if you're open to something like that, you feel like that would benefit you, I guarantee you will see real long-lasting change. Okay, in quantum leap. So if that sounds interesting, again, join my school. It's in the bio. Or just go from watching YouTube video to watching YouTube video. That's fine too.